guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a brand new episode where we're not going to build a GT. We're not building a dyno. That's right, we're building a Hutch. This is my first Hutch. This is a 26-inch Hutch, and I went back and forth between the 20-inch and the 26-inch, but I didn't want to get something that was too small. I do have a GT Heritage Pro Performer that I have right now. That's a 20-inch that I built. If you guys didn't go see that video, I'll put it up here so that you guys can see that video. Go back and check that one out. While I love that bike, it's a little small for me. So I decided, hey, I'm going to go Hutch this time. I'm going to go with the 26-inch. Hopefully this is a better rider. So we're going to unbox this. We're going to build it. We'll do a little history on it as well. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It certainly helps the algorithm. And let's check this one out. What we have here is a 26-inch Hutch Trick Star. That's right. This is a reissue of the Trick Star. I love the Trick Star. I love that old school 84, 85 Trick Star. Again, I had the option to go with a 20-inch or the 26-inch, but this time I wanted to go with a 26-inch. I think it's just more my style. It'll fit me better, but this one is going to be amazing, guys. I can't wait to unbox it and look at it. It's got some new school parts on there, so for all you OG guys, you might not like that, but you know, I was inspired by my buddy Miguel. He's got an Instagram channel. I'll go ahead and throw that up there, but I saw he had one, and I saw him at a bike show, and I said, you know what? Let me look at that, and I think I'm going to build one. So thank you, Miguel. But this one's amazing, guys. This is not a GT, again, as I mentioned. It's going to be a Hutch, and I don't know. This might inspire me to maybe build an old school Hutch. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section if you want to see me build a 20-inch 84, 85, call it Hutch Trick Star. Let me know if you want me to do that. I'll do a video on it. I've been thinking about it because these Hutches are badass. I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to unbox this. But before we do that, let's do a little crash course on the history of Hutch and see where this bike came from. The Hutch Trick Star is one of the most legendary BMX freestyle bikes from the mid-1980s. Founded by Richard Hutchins in the late 1970s, Hutch High Performance BMX started as a mail-order BMX parts business based out of Maryland. Hutch quickly grew into a respected manufacturer known for premium quality bikes made in the USA. Hutch's focus expanded from racing into freestyle as BMX evolved, and that's when the Trick Star was born. The Hutch Trick Star was introduced between 1983 and 1984, right when freestyle BMX was booming. Some of the key features of the frame: 100% chromoly construction, light but super strong, flatland-friendly geometry, shorter rear triangle, and steeper head tube angles. Hutch also sponsored some of the biggest names in BMX, helping push freestyle to new heights. Writers like Woody Itzon and Mike Dominguez helped promote the Trick Star on tour in magazines like BMX Plus and Freestyle. The bike became synonymous with elite flatland riding and stylish trick execution. The Hutch Trick Star became a status symbol in the BMX world. It was very expensive, flashy, and built on high performance. So there you have it, guys. A little history on Hutch and where the Hutch Trick Star was born. And let me tell you something about these Hutches. I never had the means to be able to afford a Hutch back in the 80s. These bikes range anywhere from $600 as high as $800 I've seen on some of the forums. Compare that to the GT Pro Freestyle Tour at about $350. These were considered the Mercedes-Benz of BMX bikes. I only knew one kid back in the day that had one, and that was kind of the rich kid, but man, these bikes are very, very expensive. Now, this particular bike that we're about to look at, this one MSRP is at about $2,300. I did get it from the Hutch website. These were pre-order, but they were available, and they're still available as of today. So if you want to get one of these bikes, just go to hutchbmx.com and you can pick yourself up one. They're still available as of today, as of this filming of this video. So without further ado, let's unbox it and see what's inside. And the first thing that we have here is the bars. Check that out. The ladder bars. So cool, so reminiscent, so Hutch, right? That ladder bar. Just love the way that looks. We also have a chain guard. We will not be using that. Some of you had made comments on the GT Pro Performer Heritage. Put the chain guard on it. No, I'm not doing that. And then we've got, what else? We got a seat post and a seat there. So we're going to unwrap that. And then we've got a box over here that looks to be some pedals. And then, of course, we've got the bike. We've got the bike. Check that out. God, those wheels are so big. 26-inch wheel. I'm not used to seeing a 26-inch wheel. As you know, we build nothing but 20-inch wheels here, but that's a little bit bigger than what I'm used to seeing. But overall, I see the chrome. I see the cranks. We're going to get this this puppy unpackaged here and see what she looks like. Stay tuned. All right, guys, there it is. She's all unpacked, and she's looking amazing. All in chrome. Look at that. Really pretty bike, actually. You know, it is a 26-inch, so it it looks a little bigger than the 20-inch, obviously, but not a bad looking bike. And this frame here is 4130 chromoly, so it's a full chromoly frame. And just look at it. Look at that platform there. So traditional to the Hutch Trick Star. You can see that where it's not integrated into the rear of the frame there. It's got a little platform there that looks really nice. Allowed you to do, more tricks on that platform. And then you've got over here, you've got the brace tube. Look at that, which is exclusive to Hutch. Hutch is the only one that did that. Where it integrates there with the top tube and the down tube for added strength. And then you got the head tube there, which is the 1 1/8 head tube. Just looks amazing there. Really looks nice. And you've got your Hutch crank arms there, as you can see. Those are chromoly as well. Those look amazing. And then you got your chain there. You've got, let's take a look at the wheels. These are 36 spoke wheels. You can see there the hub. That hub is actually nickel. And from what I understand, that's how they were back in the day. And so they decided to stay with that nickel finish. You can see where it just doesn't match the chrome quite perfectly, but it's a nice look. I like it. And then you've got your sprocket here, which is a 39 tooth sprocket. I don't know if I like the sprocket. I don't know, I might change that. But that's your sprocket there. And then coming around here, you have your Diacomp front brakes. And these are 990 mounts there, as you can see. Those are the 999. That's a front and rear brake. Where's the rear? Let's go over here. And you can see how that is mounted there with that cable. It's your rear brake cable. And then you've got your gyro here. And then you've got the stem, which I guess is like kind of the Western stem, if you will, which looks really nice there. And then you've got your Hutch Star compression bolt there. That's new school, obviously. But overall, really, really nice bike there. You got your seat post clamp, that donut style Hutch. Again, that Hutch kind of traditional look there for the seat post clamp. And then you've got your tires there, of course, which are branded Hutch reproduction tires. So let's take a look at the bars. You got the bars here. You got the ladder bars there, which look really nice. I really like the way that looks. And then you've got your Tech 77 levers there, brake levers. And then let's take a look at the grips there. These are Hutch grips with the stars on them. That's kind of cool. And then, of course, you've got the seat post and the seat, as you can see there. It's not completely hard plastic. There's, some, I think it's Kevlar and some other material there, but, your traditional seat post. It also came with, this is the rear brake cable for up top. And then we also have a box that's got some goodies inside there too. It's got the old school kind of bear trap pedals that I really don't like. These are not metal. These are kind of plastic. So I did buy some replacement pedals. Didn't spend a whole lot of money. on these pedals, but you know, they're metal and they're kind of reminiscent of the Bear Trap. So we're going to put those on. We'll switch those out for those pedals there. Those are just kind of like nylon plastic. And then inside the box, you've got the pegs, which are huge. These are huge pegs, by the way. Huge pegs. There's 4 of them. And then you've got some reflectors here that come with it, which we won't be putting on the bike, and then an owner's manual. Another thing that is worth noting, you don't have the platforms back here that are integrated into the frame and the peg that's integrated into the frame as the old school 84. So that is missing. But you do get these pegs right over here. And then, of course, you've got your front wheel here also with the hub and that nickel plating there. And it does say Hutch there on the hoops. So, and then we've got max PSI. Let's take a look at that. It's 100 PSI there, and you've got your Hutch stamp tire. So, all in all, pretty rad bike. Can't wait to put this together. So we'll get it up on the bike frame, and we'll start putting it together and see what she looks like. Okay, guys, I wanted to give you another look here at the underside of the bike. As I started to put this on the bike stand, one of the things that really stood out to me, which I think is worth noting, is the decal there on the bottom bracket, made in Taiwan. So some of you probably know that. A lot of these reissue bikes are made in Taiwan. They're not made in the USA, so take that for what it's worth. But wanted to point that out. You can see the serial number there is stamped on that bottom bracket. You can see it right there. And then you've got a stamping inside the crank arm there. Hutch. Of course, it does say Hutch there as well. Those are chromoly, as I mentioned earlier. But just wanted to give you that kind of heads up that these bikes are made in Taiwan and unfortunately are not made in the US. There is a good look there at the forks. So we'll put this together. Stay tuned.